Bishop Jakes at the end on Carr.
You know what? When I got him, I was like, it is finished. Ain't nobody else to get except maybe Oprah.
Right.
And you get blessed. And you get blessed. And you maybe, who knows?
I love it because you were saying off air how you've used distinct voices. You made sure to use distinct voices so that people could know who they were without you introducing them.
Instantly.
And we can.
Right. And it just says a lot about all of them that they did it. I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? I'm as my grandma said, mashing buttons over here. But it says something about each one of these artists that they didn't do it just out of respect for me, but out of respect for the theme of blessing other people. And every last one of them is used their lives and given their lives to being a blessing to others. And being in radio ministry, like, you have to sacrifice a lot to come up here and talk when you don't feel like it, when you're not well, when you have issues of your own, but you have to speak to other people, and that's what a Christian does.
So you reached out not only to gospel artists, but to a lot of urban artists on this record too. Speak to that a little bit, because one of the things I love about you is, first off, the excellence that you bring to kingdom music, but secondly, because you're fair. Like, you are not this Christian that's
judgmental. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know, but Leandria has been my prayer partner for 7 years.
Wow.
I met her, didn't know her very well, and let's just say she was in a position she shouldn't have been in public. And I said, come to my room right now. And she and another person, Timothy Figueroa's sister, we had an intervention with Leandria. Anisha. 7 years ago. And from that day on, 2 or 3 weeks don't go by that we don't pray. And I just call her, and she will call me at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. She knows that she can. And a lot of people, I put her on this new album. I wrote a song for her called Grace Brought Me Back.
Wow.
And we were like, you shouldn't put her on your album. And da-da-da-da-da. I said, I see her prophetically where she's going. And the song says, I was drifting and lost. I stumbled off the right track, but God wouldn't let me stay there. His grace brought me back.
Wow. Kurt.
Wait till you hear that song. I think it's gonna be a huge song for her.
Grace
because it's her
back.
testimony.
It is.
And we can't judge. As we're judging people, we're losing people to the world. So we've got to embrace people, not condone their sin, but embrace them until God can clean them up.
We just talked about that off air. We're so quick at pointing the finger, and I love people of your stature that says, no, I don't have to agree to love you.
Right.
And I'm loving how the gospel community now behind the scenes that were rallying around Leandria, it was some sound people, and she's got it.
Oh, yeah. I'm so proud. I saw her, and like I said, we talk almost every week. And the last time I saw her, I was like, you look different. You could see a light in her eye, and she's focused and she's ready. And we did a session to clean up just her vocal parts, because we did it live like a year ago. And she sent me a text. I'm so sorry. I'm 5 minutes late. I'm sorry. There was a time.
Right. She would be an hour late and be like,
she was
what?
like, forgive me for being so unprofessional. She was 5 minutes late. So that I was like, oh my God, okay, it is done. It's finished. And I'm so proud of her and so glad that I didn't turn my back on her.
Yeah.
Because, she really was ready to stop singing gospel music and just, go straight to the world. And so you just never know how, your life is going to bless somebody else.
Yeah. And again, people of your stature, I see you as legendary. And because of the anthems and the songs and the things that you've done, has been the soundtrack of kingdom music, and as somebody of your stature makes a world of difference when you're in their corner, or when they have you behind them, like our Tia Esquia. You see how I set that up?
All right. Hopefully she's listening. Yeah. I had a millennial search. Because Cheryl, in the sanctuary, it's kind of like a Barney song. Little kids love it. Yeah. And I have this thing where I have the little kids come on the stage and say, "We lift our hands in the sanctuary." It's cute, right? And like lately, over the last 4 or 5 years, the little babies don't know it, because it's almost 20 years old now. So I'm like, I got to do something to kind of reach the young people. So I decided to have a search for 2 millennials. I picked a guy named Travis Taylor from New Jersey, who has an incredible voice.
I heard him on socials, yeah.
And Tia from here, I chose her. And I'm not just teaching them about music, but I'm teaching them about the foundational things like a lot of artists don't have today.
Yeah.
You can be famous overnight and fall because you don't know about, the business part.
That's what these contests are doing.
Yeah.
These reality, and I've been casting judge for Sunday Best for years, and you throwing them out there without any.
There has to be some artist development.
It has to be.
And preparation. And I toured, many people don't know, but when I was in my 20s as music director for James Cleveland, I learned so much watching him, and he didn't allow us to be late. He didn't allow us to not be prepared. And he was ultimate professional, and that's probably why he lasted for so long.
Yeah.
And these artists don't last today because they have the talent, but your talent is not your ministry. Your ministry is what you do with the gift.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. I'm going to quote that. I'm going to put that on social. Anyway, Carr is in the studio with me, guys. So the new single is Help Somebody Else. Bless Somebody Else. And you got a new record coming, right?
Yes, it just came out Friday.
Yeah.
So the whole album is out.
Full
with
record.
I'm going to make sure you get it so you can see the cover.
Okay.
I got to show it to you.
Yeah.
The full album is out. 15.
You shocked, though. I know you dapper
15.
on it.
Well.
Oh, no. I saw it.
You
It's
saw
a
it.
hand,
It's
a
right.
hand lifting up. Yeah.
But people don't realize that the other person is me too.
Oh.
It's some guy, Derek Blanks, who's a
Yes.
celebrity photographer in
Alter
Atlanta.
egos.
He's done to everybody. And I said, well, why don't we do an alter ego of me blessing myself? And he took it and ran with it. So people think that's like a real
dope.
homeless man that we got off the streets, but it was me after about 2 hours of makeup to make me look grungy. And,
Wow, it is dope.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's art. It's his. I told him calling what he does pictures is an insult. He's an artist, so I'm excited about it. I think it all came together. 15 new tracks. I got Leandria's on it. B. Slade is on it. A song called I Got Back Up.
Grab him back.
The girl that did For Every Mountain had been very sick. The original singer, she had a stroke and cancer and just a myriad of illnesses. And I went to do a benefit for her, and I tripped over the monitor.
I remember
and
that.
fell, and they roasted me. And B. Slade called me the next day and said, you need to make a song about that. And I did, because you have to show people that, you fell down, but Jesus gave me the strength I needed, and I got back up.
Come on here,
So B.
sir.
Slade is on it. I'm really, really excited about it because that boy can sing.
Listen.
And he's another one that, people judge and people, but, let's let God be the judge. Let's us be the love jury.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Love
God is a
jury.
judge and we're the love jury.
Listen, I've got prophetic stories of prophetic giftings that he shared with me before even where I am today as to where I would be today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was when I was at a whole other station and he spoke into my life and was like, your season is up here, but this is what God has in store. And I always remind him of that. I do. Carr is in studio with me, y'all. Get the new record. It's in stores everywhere. I love, love, love you. Tell the folk how to stay in touch with you.
Well, all of my social media platforms are The Kurt Carr.
Okay.
Over the last year, there's been like 20 or 30 fake pages.
Yeah.
More than likely, if I have 10 followers, it's not me.
Right.
Or if I'm asking for $25 for lunch money, it's not me.
It's not you.
But it's The Kurt Carr on all the social media platforms. And Cheryl, thank you for all you do, for always being consistent and always just being loving. And I'm sure the listeners love you as much as I love you, and we celebrate you. And next year's 30th year, so I'm coming to the party. You better invite me, or I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna crash it.
I promise you, I will. Carr's in studio on Praise 104.1.